Hi here, Finns here. I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to be talking about something different because I've been talking about Strictly for the last 3 months and been reviewing each week. So I had an idea what about doing this type of video, and this video is called The Top 10 Crimes of Strictly 2018. Now, I'm not hating on the series or anything, I really love this series, but even the best of shows are not perfect, so I wanted to talk about like the crimes, like things that shouldn't have happened on the show, not only on the dance floor but behind the dance floor, all the scandals. I want to talk about it all in this video, so here it goes. Let's start with number 10, let's get on with it because I've got a lot of things to say. Number 10 is Stacey Dooley flashing her knickers in the final. I mean, they did a paso doble, Stacey and Kevin chose that dance, and unfortunately she suffered a wardrobe malfunction and flashed the knickers and they were new coloured, and I felt so sorry for her because I mean I didn't know where to look, but the good thing is she did laugh about it afterwards. Stacey, she was a good sport, I like Stacey. So yeah. Number 9 is Craig undermarking Joe and Stacey in the final. I don't understand why Joe and Diane didn't get a perfect 40 in their show dance. I thought it was really good. I didn't understand why Stacey and Kevin didn't get a perfect 40 in their paso doble. I don't know what Craig is seeing, why he can't lift his 10 paddle, but I know he's the mean judge, but I really thought they both deserved a perfect 40. It's quite sad they didn't get a perfect 40. But you know what I liked about Stacey is, even when she didn't get a 10 from Craig in her paso doble, she said, oh well, at least I'm still going on tour. Number 8, Vic Hope leaving too soon. Now, Vic Hope had great potential to be really good at Strictly, but she was voted out on week 5, which I thought was a real shame because I thought, oh yeah, she had a cha-cha-cha, which I think let her down, and she was bottom of the leaderboard. But compared to Sean in the dance-off, I thought she had great potential to do well compared to Sean, who was voted out next week. So yeah, I was quite sad. I thought she left too soon, and her quick step and her salsa was really good, so I kind of wish judges would just choose how well she's done in the competition altogether than just that one dance. So anyway, number 7 was Lindy Hopperthon shambles. I mean, whatever you call it, I mean, I don't know what happened. Basically, the Lindy Hopperthon is where in week 10 they all had you have a group dance with each other, and you know, it was really good. They all was doing their own thing, no clashing, no bumping, it was all good. Unfortunately it was the announcing of who was in last and who was in first, and apparently the board crashed, so I had to get a piece of paper, and then Shirley accidentally revealed who had 7 points first, then revealing who was in 7th. And she also got confused with Karen and Diane for some reason, and then the judges didn't know who was in last. It was a complete shambles. You know, as professional judges, I thought they'd be used to all this stuff, but apparently not. So, I mean, it was good TV, and I love live TV for that, and it was gold TV. I'm quite happy it happened, but yeah, it's still a crime, because really, it shouldn't have happened, really. They should have been a bit more professional, and it was so confusing, really. So, it was such a shame it happened like that. Anyway, number 6, the hate of the lineup. Now, it's not the lineup itself, because I actually quite like the lineup. It's just the people, the hate it got of the lineup. I actually really like the lineup, but I don't know what, a lot of people didn't, at the start, didn't really support the lineup. A lot of people didn't like it as much. I have to be honest, it's not the best lineup for Strictly, but yet again, it's not the worst lineup for Strictly we've ever had. I mean, 2016 was probably the best lineup for Strictly ever. I mean, you had like Ed Balls, Judge Rinder, Anastasia, Tamika Empson, Leslie Joseph, Will Young, Louise Redknapp, Laura Whitmore, the list goes on, Melvin O'Doom, the list goes on, Greg Rutherford, yeah, I mean, it goes on. That was a good year. I mean, this year we have like presenters, actors, singers, athletes, a comedian. We had a vlogger, Joe Sugg. It was the very first YouTube star to do it. So I was quite surprised it didn't get... People weren't really getting behind the lineup compared to other years. So, yeah, I mean, I quite like the lineup. Yeah, I don't know why people didn't like it. But anyway, we move on to number 5, talking about the lineup. Where was the novelty act? That's number 5. There were really no novelty acts in the lineup. I mean, you had Susanna Constantine. I think producers were trying to make her the novelty act with Anton, but fortunately they were voted out week 2, so we really didn't see their full potential. I mean, I would like to see. I think they should have gone far as Halloween week. It's a shame because when they were voted out, there was really nobody else that had a novelty act. I mean, Sean was a comedian, but he got better, unfortunately. I mean, it is a shame. But you know, the contestants, the celebrities were actually good this year, so it was a really competitive year instead, so oh well. Number 4, the bullying scandal. Now, Danny John-Jules were partnered up with Amy Dowden this year, and I think in week 8 there was rumours that Danny was bullying Amy. I don't know, I mean, sometimes the press do make things up. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I don't know if you believe in some of the things they say, and they got voted out. But I think that same week, I don't know if things got a bit suspicious because Danny didn't appear on his It Takes Two exit interview, which is a bit suspicious. Maybe he wasn't liking how he was portrayed. I don't know, maybe there was something with Amy, but I mean, Amy's a lovely girl in that, and I really hope she gets like somebody at a similar age and somebody that's really good next year, so fingers crossed that happens next year. Now, number 3 is on our list is should Ashley Roberts should have been allowed to take part in the show? I don't know. I mean, should she? Shouldn't he? Should she? I can't speak now. Yes, Ashley Roberts. You know, I mean, she was a pussycat doll for so many years, and I don't know whether she. I mean, she's had the dance experience from a very young age. She was a judge on Dancing on Ice as well. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's had dance experience from a young age, but she's never done Born Latin in that area. I don't think, and you know, when she was first announced, I had a funny feeling she's going to be a good dancer, she's going to get to the final, but she's not going to get, I thought that I felt like people weren't going to vote for her because they're going to be jealous of her, and that's what happened, and yeah. I think in the future, I don't think they're going to choose celebrities for like dance experience as Ashley Roberts, because it is kind of unfair to the other contestants. But I do think they'll probably still choose celebrities who have a bit of dance experience, like Faye Tozer did, and who's been in like girl bands, boy bands, and pop groups as well. So I think they'll still choose those types of celebrities, but I don't think they'll choose like somebody who's been in the Pussycat Dolls or anything like that, unfortunately, in the near future. Well, not for next year anyway. Anyway, we move on to number 2, and number 2 is Dan Wootton slagging off Stacey Dooley. Now, if you don't know who Dan Wootton is, he's basically an entertainment editor. He's a journalist on the Sun newspaper, and he also presents all the showbiz gossip on the Lorraine show. And oh my gosh, I mean, if you could just throw a cushion at Dan Wootton's face like that, I mean, you know, when Stacey Dooley's name was announced to do Strictly, he said, "Oh, who's that?" Well, it's something on the lines like that. I mean, he was like, "I've never heard of Stacey Dooley before." I mean, he was like so negative and like, "Oh, I've been talking to all the cameramen. There was 4 cameramen in the Lorraine studio, and they've never heard of Stacey Dooley before." You know, I mean, he basically called Stacey Dooley a nobody. I mean, how can you call Stacey Dooley a nobody? Seriously, like she's gone like doing documentaries for the BBC for 10 years all around the world, doing crime, domestic violence, gang violence, ISIS, all that, and she's got an MBE from the Queen, and that's a nobody. But slagging off other celebs is a celebrity? Really? I mean, what's good about Stacey Dooley again is that when, that happened on the Lorraine show, she then went to Twitter and said, I actually, on the lines saying, although said, I actually love my job and at least I don't slag off celebrities on national television. And that's what I love about Stacey. A lot of people wouldn't like go back and say that, but you know, that's what that's what I like about Stacey, is she had the confidence to say something in return. And you know what really matters is that she won. Stacey Dooley won, and I'm so happy for her because she deserved to win. And I can now say, in your face, Dan Wootton. He should be fired off the Lorraine show with his massive forehead. You know, get somebody else. Get Stacey to replace him. She would do a better job of presenting all the showbiz gossip on that show. Get rid of him and get somebody new instead. So, anyway, we move on to the #1 crime of Strictly 2018, and was that kiss. I mean, Sean Walsh and Kathy Jones kissing, because, you know, after week 3, their amazing dance, and then they started to kiss. I don't know if it was intentional or if it's drunk, but it happened. I mean, what happened? Seriously, what was that all about? I mean, everybody was going nuts about it. I mean, it was just, I mean, they were both in relationships as well. I mean, they were both in the wrong. I mean, it shouldn't happen. Luckily, Katya's got a forgiving husband with Neil Jones. And unfortunately, it wasn't the same with Sean and his girlfriend. And it was on her birthday as well, so it shouldn't happen. But I'm happy they didn't quit the show, because I think they deserve to like stay in. And I'm happy they stayed in, because I wouldn't like to see them quit just because what they did behind the scenes. I mean, and they shouldn't be they should not be penalised for like something they did behind the scenes. It should be, what matters is what you do on the dance floor. I mean, there shouldn't be any bias in any voting, really. What matters was what they did on the dance floor, and I think that Charleston was really good, and I think they saved themselves that week, so well done to them. And I really hope Katya doesn't get fired from Strictly. I think she's a great choreographer, and she deserves a place. And I really hope Neil gets a celebrity next year as well. So it's just fortunate. It should have never happened. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm quite happy it happened because it made a great story. But it's just really unfortunate. And yeah, they were both in the wrong. And what happened. And you know, it was really a shame. But anyway, I've had a lot to say, and so yes, although some of those things, all those scandals this year on Strictly, I'm kind of happy most of them happened, because, you know, I think that's what made Strictly so great. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what you think, what was your #1 crime of Strictly this year, and what shouldn't have happened on Strictly, what you're glad happened on Strictly. Comment down below, and if you want, you can like this video if you want, I don't mind, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want. Thank you so much for watching. I've had a lot to say, so sorry if I've said too much, but anyway, I've had to... Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!